There we go. Starting to get a few people popping in here now. How's everyone doing today? Always takes about a minute. And my co-star here. Yeah, I can't complain. Things are working up here. Doing my thing. At least he's gonna show his face this time. A little bit more interesting than the side of you we usually see, right? Hello, Gene. How are you? Hi, Bill. How you doing? What's everybody doing today? Yeah, the cookies weren't bad. Like I said, I might work a little bit more on the cookie themselves, but the frosting turned out good, and the decoration was kind of fun. And yeah, if he doesn't want to pop up here and be seen, then he doesn't have to pop up and be seen. Are the cats going to get a stocking this Christmas? No, probably not, because I'm not even going to have a stocking this Christmas. So probably, they'll probably get some sort of gift. I'll probably go get them something fun, something they like to eat, some kitty treats or something like that. Yeah, that was one of my tie-dye shirts that I made when Jordan and I were making shirts here. I don't think I actually made these when he was around, but I kind of got the idea from him and made a few of my own. Yeah, Jeannie, I guess I kind of would have preferred the cookies to be a little sweeter. There could have been a little bit more sweetness to them. There wasn't. They were kind of plain. So you klutz. I see Nibbles down here too. Come on, Nibble, you want one? There's one for you. No, not you. You're such a gentleman, Bite. It's all about you. You live in California. You want to trade governors? No, no, not at all. California voted for him. They can live with the consequences. Hair's getting long. Do I like it long? I don't know. I could still go either way. There are parts of it that are kind of annoying. So I don't know. Someday you may just tune in on a video and I'll cut it off again. I don't know. We're just kind of playing around, see what happens. Like I said, it's just I've been stuck for so long having to conform to Disney look with the hairstyle. I decided to keep it really short, really neat, and really trimmed all the time. And I don't know. Now that it's a little bit, and I mean, I kind of did that also while I was looking for a job, because when you're looking for a job, the only thing they know about you really is what you look like. So I wanted to kind of keep the professional look. But now that they can judge me based on the work I'm doing, whatever. Have I finished off the turkey yet? No, I still got turkey left. I'm in the in-between stage. Yeah, that's right. Where's Bite Nibbles? Well, there's Bite right there. He's figuring out right now that I didn't really screw the cap on. I just set it on the top, so he's trying to figure out if he can get it off on his own, and he may very well do that. And then we'll see if he's half the thief that we know he is. Yeah, I'm talking about you. That's right. Just want to see if he actually does figure out that it isn't on very tight. I'd like to see me give Nibble a belly rub too, but yeah, that's just, unfortunately that's just not going to happen. She's just not that kind of a cat. So yeah, she's a sweet little kitty, but yeah, if she comes again, probably because she realized she didn't get that much kitty treat. Come on, Nibble. Let's see if we can coax her into the shot a little bit here. You want some? Come on. That's about the best you're going to get from her. Let's see what's going on here. How's the garbage disposal? Garbage disposal's fine now. Yeah, that's. I figured that had to be the problem. It didn't work, and I knew how hard that glass was because I knew how hard I had to work to break it. So it didn't surprise me. I originally turned it on. I figured I knew the glass had gone down. And I figured, okay, well, I'll just turn on the garbage disposal. It'll grind it up and wash it away. No, no such luck. That glass got in there and wouldn't let the thing spin. So I didn't want to stick my hand down in there. That kind of creeps me out, especially when you can't unplug the thing, like we discovered I can't on that. So, it'd be one thing. It's just gross if you have to stick your hand down there, as long as you know that it's not going to come on. But when you can't even guarantee that's not going to happen. I just don't want to do that. It's a lot better to open it up and actually see what you're shooting for, rather than trying to fish around in there and hope you get everything and hope you don't cut yourself again. I got enough of a problem with that glass, so I don't want to do any more of that. What projects are next around the house? Honestly, I've been thinking about it. I think this week I'm going to start painting this room. Now this is a big, big, huge room, so it's going to probably be span a couple of weeks. I think what I'm going to do starting this week is I'm going to paint the ceiling here, and I'm going to maybe do this wall and this wall here. And then we can, get it done in stages. I've still got some Guided by Voices memorabilia, and I'm going to kind of have that. Let's see. I'll never be a good weather reporter because I can't deal with the blue screen. But I want to hang some of my Guided by Voices collection out here. I got some of my best stuff that isn't out yet, and I think that's where that's going to be, and I think that'll be a good place for that. So I'm kind of eager to get that going. So yeah, probably this wall and this wall and this part of the ceiling will be painted this weekend. I think that's the project for this week. Let's see. What do you think of the Christmas light that look like raindrops? I haven't seen one that looks like raindrops. I have some that look like icicles that are dripping. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But ones that look like raindrops, that'd probably be pretty cool too. I've noticed one of my neighbors has like some net lights on their one of the bushes in their house, and it kind of goes from a white, just white lights to like multicolor lights, and it's really pretty. Yeah, I had some of the dripping icicle lights on the house in California, and I found the perfect place for them here, so I have them here now too. No, I think the first family members I'm going to get are maybe going to be next winter. My sister and my mom, hopefully. Have I met my neighbors? No. Well, I mean, a little bit. I've met the neighbors on each side, and I've kind of waved at the people across the street. But in terms of really sitting down and talking with them, no, not really. Something interesting did happen last week during my off week. On the day that, on my last day of the work week last week, I got a call from the guy who actually owned this house before me, and he had a favor to ask. And so I ended up talking to him probably a good 20 or 30 minutes last week, probably on Sunday right after the live stream. And that was kind of interesting. Really nice guy. Basically, what happened is they sold this house and are planning to build well, in the process of building their own house. So he hasn't actually moved into a house yet. He's having his house be built. And I guess there's a couple of the trees in the backyard that they planted themselves, and he would kind of like to, have some of those trees, or not, have another one of those trees. So he asked me if I could collect some pine cones, some seed pods for him, and I guess he wants to grow some trees just from seeds and put them in his new house. So, whatever, that's cool. I'll do that. People were talking about how much noise it was when I slide the tray around to show the cats, and so I kind of put it on a piece of carpet to make it a little less noisy, and sometimes it comes off the carpet. Button those up. I had those on the floor here, but put them over there in case they decide to come back here. Mike's sitting right here staring at me, so being a slob has its limits. Hey, I can relate to that. I'm the same way. Yeah, well, you remember that maple tree I brought with me from California? I grew that from a seed. So no, I forgot to ask him about what the squash thing was, but he did confirm that the trees in the front yard are pecan trees, so we know that. And he told me what the ones in the backyard were, and basically the two oaks that are out there, they put them in there and they grew them. The pecan trees in the front yard were native to the house, so are native to this place before the house. So they've been here more than 50 years, so they're big, massive trees. I love those trees. Do I still have a laser disc player? No, I don't. No, I just have the discs. But I don't know. Hopefully, someday I'll maybe get another one or something. I had several laser disc players in my time, and I just used them so much I used them up. Some of those discs, those aren't like CDs or DVDs. Those things, those laser discs are this big around. They rotated 30 times a second. So it took a pretty hefty mechanism to keep the laser focused on it and the whole thing. So eventually that just gives up. What are laser discs? Laser discs were big. They were about the size of a LP record, but it was like a CD and it had video on it. And it was analog video, so they were huge, and and they put movies on them, and that was what you had for real high quality video before DVDs came along. But they're obsolete now. I had a whole bunch of them because we used to make those at the CD factory. We made CDs and laser discs. Um, And so obviously I had to have one because, I worked in the industry. And for a long time, I mean, I had a pretty healthy collection of laser discs. I got rid of most of them. Gave them to Kenny over at Robo Lights with Jordan when we one time we actually the time we went to Las Vegas, you go watch those videos on Days of Jordan the Lion. When we went to Las Vegas together, we actually stopped off at Kenny's place and donated most of my laser discs and a bunch of other stuff to him. And so they end up probably in one of his creations somewhere. Yeah, the discs were expensive. They were like $30 or $40 a piece. Yeah, at the time it was the best way to go. It was the best quality video. It was 40% better than VHS. So, but there's still a few movies I kept. One, I kept the Star Wars trilogy because those are really high quality versions of the original unedited versions of those movies. Because as you know, Lucas began re-editing his movies, and that got a little irritating. So, you know, if anything else, it's a historical record of what the movie actually was. When Han shot first and when they didn't have goofy effects every time the Death Star or a planet blew up, with these big rings going out or added scenes, that weren't in the real movie. Yeah, I might be able to get one somewhere. Been uh, it hasn't been a high priority. There was just a special player that played them. It's like a DVD player, only it was a big player. And tray came out, you put the disc on it, and it played it. One of the things that kind of sucked about him, though, it was only an hour of video on a side. So if you had a 2 hour movie, you actually had to stop and flip the disc over in the middle. Hang on a second. I'll go get you one so you can see what they look like. Just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, bite. You entertain them. All right. Actually, I was going to try and find the Star Wars one, but I actually got this is the oldest laser disc I own because it was one of the first ones that was ever made. David Lynch's Eraserhead, and I bought this on eBay at one point for a ton of money. But yeah, that's a laser disc, and so like I said, it was about an hour on a side. So you played it, you got halfway through, the disc stopped, and you need to flip it over. So yeah, that's a laser disc. Like I said, I get Kenny at Robolights, probably 200 of these. So they're probably like attached to a wall somewhere or something. We posted them and put them in a room or something like that. Like I said, there were only a few of them I kept, and this one was one of them just because, it's one of the oldest laser discs there is. A lot of people don't know this because CDs came out about 1985, 1986, but these were actually out in the late 70s. In fact, I think there was a fad of like disaster movies that came out in the late 70s, and one of them was a series called the Airport series, which was about airplane crashes, and I think the last one was called Airport 77. And there was a scene in that movie where they actually played a laser disc. Old technology, yeah. Well, and I've got all sorts of like weird formats of discs and things like that were popular for a little while and never turned into something. A lot of people don't know this, but before DVDs came out, there were actually two competing formats, and uh, there was something called an SD CD, which was a super density CD that played video, and it turned out the DVD was the one that won. But I actually have one of each of the original discs. And then there were things like CDIs and CD videos and stuff like that. Those are all obsolete. Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, it's the size of a record. They played really good though. Like I said, I had 200 or 300 of them. But you're right, they were pricey. They were like $30, $40 a piece usually, sometimes more. I paid more than 100 for this one, but this was just because I bought it used and it was vintage and it was old, and at that time that was the best way you could get a copy of Eraserhead, unless you wanted a VHS, and VHS was lower quality and blah blah blah. So and now you can put this whole movie on something the size of a CD, and it has a whole bunch of bonus footage and stuff like that too. So, all right, thanks for stopping in, Gene. Yeah, if you get a chance, we'll be here for a while. Yeah, I remember Betamax too. I never had a Betamax player, but they were actually better quality than VHS, and that was another one of those cases um, where there were two competing formats. You had Betamax and VHS, and Betamax was the superior option, but I guess VHS had longer tapes and stuff like that. So all sorts of competing formats. It happens. Yeah, HD DVDs. Yeah, I remember those too. And now all those formats, CD, DVD, Blu-ray, it's all obsolete now because everything's streamed now. That's why I don't still work in the CD world. Hi, Kenneth. Yeah, I mean, we definitely should have seen this coming. I realized in the last few years that I was in the CD industry that I really needed to look somewhere else, but I didn't. I waited until the last minute and ended up working at Disneyland. I like the old-fashioned Christmas music. Yeah, I mean, all the Christmas music is Christmas music, so I'll listen to it. Do I go out of my way to listen to it? Maybe not. I don't think I've had any Christmas music on this year. Closest I got to listening to Christmas music is when I briefly turned on the radio when I went through that drive-through Christmas thing last week. I hear by it was, and I mean, if you ever get a chance to do it, you got to see it in person because the camera doesn't do justice to it. It's definitely worth a look if you're in the West, Texas area. Hello, Connie from Minnesota. I have a lot of family in Minnesota. I have cousins that live in Austin, Minnesota, in the south of the state. Um, my dad's parents and my dad's brother. Uh, my parents don't. My grandparents don't anymore. They passed away now. But my dad's brother still lives in the Twin Cities area, and my grandparents did when they were alive. And my mom's parents lived in a little town in kind of central Minnesota called Bram, which is about, I don't know, 50 or 60 miles north of the cities. Should grow a mullet. Yeah, I don't know about that. Love the angel going up in the lights. Yeah, I think that was supposed to be the ascension of Jesus, because that was sort of what it was all about. It seemed to be telling the whole life story of Jesus from his birth to his death and resurrection. Yeah, I'm sure a whole bunch of areas do something like that. So yeah, go check them out and see if see if they're any good. It's those things. There's like nothing else in West, Texas that that's really something to attract people in. So the story I read is these guys. It was three of them. They were like church buddies and stuff like that. Decided to get together and do this thing. In part because they wanted to help, bring some people, some tourism into the city, into the town. Can't really call West a town or city. I do want to go back and visit that place again because there was something else interesting that happened there. Uh, a few years ago, there was a chemical factory, a fertilizer factory actually, that blew up, and it was a massive explosion. I remember hearing about it in California. So I mean, that's how big of the news was. So I want to go do that story at some point. That's okay, Jeff. Bite usually ignores me too, unless I'm dishing the kitty treats. Then all of a sudden, he's my best buddy, right, buddy? But I thought the story of that big giant Santa Claus was really interesting. I wonder what their electric bill is. You may remember when one of the times when Jordan and I went and visited Robolites, I actually asked Kenny that he wouldn't even give me a number, what his electric bill is. He said it was a lot. Yeah, I bet. I know that the areas seem to be, for the most part, abandoned, I think. And they actually had to bring the power into that area. So they had to have somebody bring it up. And you look at the video, there were like these little posts in the ground where they had power coming up all over the place. And they probably had to do all that. Friend in need is a friend indeed. That's the truth. That's the truth when it comes to bite. Definitely. Yeah, we'll put David Lynch right there. I actually have my Eraserhead, my copy of Eraserhead on Laserdisc or on Blu-ray. No, not even Blu-ray, on DVD. Actually autographed by David Lynch. There's a funny story about that because apparently I don't even know what it was about, but one day Jordan's talked about this a couple times on his vlog. He was wandering around somewhere on Hollywood Boulevard, and he saw David Lynch sitting in a lawn chair on kind of like a patch of grass with a cow. and he decided to stop and see what that was all about, and then ended up talking to him a little bit, and then went back a little bit later and got a few things autographed. And one of those things he got was, well, he just had me he just got me the DVD box itself, and he gave me that, and I just transferred my DVD and the artwork into it. So I have an autographed uh, Eraserhead disc, which is pretty cool. Jeff's headed to lunch. I guess that's the downside of having a live stream this time. That's what you're always doing. Am I really happy with my move? Yeah, I am. I mean, things are going really well at work. I love the house. I'm enjoying kind of making it my own. Yeah, things have really worked out. It was a good move, especially in light of what's happening in California now. California's getting crazy. Not only from the perspective of Disneyland, laying off a bunch of people, um, and so even if I still was there, I'd be unemployed right now. So I got out on my terms. It was the right thing to do and the right time to do it. Did he say? No, I don't know. I don't remember if Jordan said why he was sitting there with a cow. You'll have to ask Jordan that sometime on a live stream. That'll be a really funny question too, from just a really random out of the blue. Hey Jordan, why was David Lynch sitting on Hollywood Boulevard in a lawn chair with a cow? That'll just blow everyone's mind. But things still shut down in Texas. No, our Governor Abbott has said he's not going to do another shutdown. We want to make the argument that the only thing that's affected when we shut down like this is that it slows the disease, but there are lots of other things that are negatively affected when you do stuff like that. Jeff can hang for a few more minutes because his wife is driving. That's cool. You're counting down 6 more months to get out of here and head south, huh? All right. A lot of people are doing that, including businesses too. It seemed to me, what did I hear, that Hewlett Packard or something is moving to Texas, leaving California, moving to Texas. Good for California, or it's good for Texas. Not so good for California. A lot of jobs they're going to lose with that. I'll wait and see on the vaccine. So I've never been one to go to get the flu shot, so I guess it's going to depend on how tyrannical the government gets about it, making you do it. I could see a point where if they can force you to wear a mask, they can force you to get a vaccine. That's why I generally kind of resist trying to setting any kind of precedent like that. Rent a house at the end of the seawall every month of May in Galveston, huh? That sounds like fun. You, three cats, and one horse. I only had two cats, but I brought trees, so there you go. I don't know if that's quite as complicated as a horse, but you can't put a horse in a pod for 2 months and leave it there. Oh no, Kathy's cat passed away. That's horrible. I hate it when you lose a pet. I mean, I guess it's sort of a blessing, when the pain, if they're suffering when the pain is over, but still, it's hard to do that. I'm sorry, Kathy. Have a good lunch, Jeff. Mexican sounds good. She had a blood clot and a massive stroke. I guess I never heard of a cat having a stroke, but um, I guess I can understand how it could happen. Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier to move if you get rid of most of your stuff. Trust me, I know firsthand. Not how it's easy to move, but how difficult it can be to move. All right, Jeff's doing a trivia game tonight, so yeah, we'll see. 7 Eastern Standard Time. That would be 6 o'clock my time. We'll see. I still haven't shot a video today, and so it depends on and the video that I need to shoot today goes up tonight. So that's weird. I got like a Max Island Horizon videos running in the background here, and it just glitched and made a loud pop. Need to vlog Galveston. Tons of history. Yeah, maybe. That's in the state. I'd be interested in doing something on the hurricane in Galveston. That was a big one. That was a long time ago. Hi Sharon, how are you? I've been to Plano, Texas. I have, but not while I lived here. I was in Plano many, many, many years ago. I was still a kid then. Pirate history, huh? That'd be fun. Arr. So I do a pirate vlog. We call it Bites and Nibbles Pirate Odyssey, and we'll put like pirate hats and eye patches on you guys, like we did with the Santa hats for the Christmas episode. Huh? Should we do that? You want to move to that area of Texas, huh? Yeah, I mean, a lot of Texas is really beautiful. You know, everyone thinks from all the all the westerns they've seen that Texas is just a big desert, but it isn't. I mean, you've seen kind of the area I'm around. A lot of trees, a lot of greenery here. That was one of the reasons I picked picked Waco. Somebody called you precious. Can you believe that? There's nothing precious about you, is there? You're a tough brute who likes to have his butt scratched. Yes, he does. He just wants the attention. You watched number four, episode four, where I had been. Yeah, yeah. That's these two. That was when I could handle them both. It was funny. That was the same day I found him, and when I retrieved him originally, um, this one here tried to bite me. That's how he got his name, isn't it? And so I actually sent that photograph to my mom and said, "Look, mom, no gloves." Because that was how I had to catch you the first time with gloves. Because the second I grabbed you, you clamped onto my finger. You still clamp onto my finger, but it's usually when you're grabbing a kitty treat now, right? That true. Is that the only thing you say? Bite is meow. Meow. Yeah, pretty much. We have a request for a belly rub. Are you up for a belly rub? Like you ever not being ready for one was ever reason for it to not happen, right? Belly rub time. Okay, that's it. Yeah, you're an attention hog, aren't you, Bite? Good to see your name, Tracy Rothmeyers. You didn't see the vlog yet, but how did I get the flat glass out of the garbage disposal? You'll have to watch the vlog. If I told you how I did it, then there's no reason for you to watch the vlog, right? Yeah, that is true. That is really all Bite wants is a treat. That's why he's so close to the jar here. Watch what happens when I pull the lid off. He'll just go help himself. See, he's just a little thief. Joke's gonna be on him though. Someday I'm gonna buy a thing that doesn't have as big of a hole in it. He's not gonna be able to get his head in there. Okay, that's enough. You're fat enough. No, no, I don't think that was blood on the glass. There was blood on some of the glass I picked up in the backyard when I did that, but No, all the blood would have been washed off. I think that was just like stuff that had gone down the drain. Would bite disappear if the jar wasn't nearby? Well, bite disappeared and the jar is nearby. Although he just disappeared to there, he's just wandering around on the ground now. I think he thinks that if he walks around a little bit and yowls at me, that'll make me remember that he's there and give him more treats. That's really what it all revolves around, is getting treats. And now he walked off shot, so whatever. I'm glad you like to do it yourself videos. Yeah, I enjoy doing those too. So, I was commenting somebody's comment on yesterday's video. They're saying, that they enjoy watching, because watching me do that kind of stuff because they learn how to do it. And that's sort of the reason why I do them too. Yeah, Bite Bud is showing. Not at the moment. He's off hiding somewhere. I think he's over there behind the chair. Morning, Mary Jane. How are you? Yeah, Texas was its own country at one point. In fact, because of that, there is still some rule in the book that like Texas is the only country in the only state in the union where you can fly the Texas flag and the American flag at the same height on different poles. Usually, it's the the American flag and then the state flag beneath it. But you see that a lot here in Texas. I could totally see that happening too, where a bike gets his head stuck in there. Well, you really got to take pride in the things you do, because if you don't take pride in this, what are you going to take pride in? The turkey was fantastic. I've still got some left, probably eating the rest of it this weekend. This weekend is a long weekend for me, so don't have to go back until Thursday. But I was really surprised. I was concerned it wouldn't be juicy, but it was tender, it was juicy, it was tasty. I think next time I might, try just doing the meat without the seasoning, just to see, to get a better idea what the smoking does for the flavor. Because I think while the smoke did actually cook the meat and kept it, moist and tender and all that. Um, I think the benefit, the reason people like to do the smoking is because it adds to the flavor, and And when you put the seasoning on, it tends to drown out the smoky flavor. How much of Texas support the Dallas Cowboys? That's the team of Texas. So I'm not really one to be into that, but it's big around here. Yeah, I mean, I've heard Texas say they were going to succeed. I've heard California say it was going to succeed. So, what's that album next to me? I assume you're talking to this thing here. It's not actually an album. It's a laser disc. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. People wanted to see what a laser disc was. This is what they did movies on before DVDs and Blu-rays came along. It was analog video on a disc. This predates CD actually. This was like from the late 70s. And in this case, this is a copy of the David Lynch classic film Eraserhead, one of my oldest laserdiscs, because this is one of the first laserdiscs they ever made. At the time I got this you couldn't even, this was really the best way you could get a copy of Eraserhead. It wasn't available at the time, so I had to buy it used on eBay. So yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier, so I just kind of left it there. Oh yeah, the cedar plank salmon, that was really good too. Yeah, you're right, Jeannie. It's an excellent asset. That house that I had in California that enabled me to buy this house. So yeah, that was definitely a classic David Lynch. I'm a huge Blue Velvet fan too, and Twin Peaks, and yeah, I watched those religiously. Even Wild at Heart was pretty good. Thanks. I'm glad you like the Oswald videos. Those are by and large without a doubt, my most popular videos. Usually the best of my videos gets 2, 3 thousand. I think mostly there's a couple of them that have 4 or 5 thousand. That one's in the 20,000, 25,000 range in terms of views. So and that one's still getting views. There's a section I can go into in the YouTube program that will rank over the past 48 hours what are my most popular videos, and usually number two or number three or number four on the list is that one where I retraced Oswald from the Texas Book Depository to the theater that he was caught at, and that video has, I don't know, 26, 27,000 views. It's insane. Far and away my most successful video. Yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of this whole smoking thing. The that is definitely a real good way to do that, because you're right, the meat is really, really tender. In fact, I think I'm going to probably smoke a pork chop for dinner. David Lynch was considered to direct Return of the Jedi at one point. Ugh. I can't imagine how that would have changed. Have I been watching the sky lately? I noticed that the Jupiter and Saturn are like what they're calling conjunction here. That's kind of interesting. I'll have to take a closer look at that tonight. Thanks, PDX. So yeah, I never imagined I would hit 500. In fact, Jordan asked me that question. He congratulated me on 500 and said, "Did you ever think that it would get this far?" I said, "Not for a second." I'm approaching another kind of exciting milestone too. I'm about to have my 1 millionth view. So that's kind of exciting. I'm like 950,000 or something. So probably by the end of the year or early next year, I'll have my millionth view. Yeah, well, and I'm going to make a lot of trials and a lot of errors, but you know, smoke a pork chop, have a big ashtray. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I do like sauerkraut. How happy am I to be out of California now? This happy, really. No, I'm really happy. I haven't been there. Last time I was there was for my dad's funeral, and it just hasn't done anything but go downhill. I think I am so happy to be here. This was really the right decision for me. It's less expensive to live here. I love the weather better. Yeah, it gets cold in the winter and it gets hot in the summer, but we get a lot of rain. I love it when it rains, and so yeah, I love the job. Really happy there. Someone blocked you from Jordan's vlogs, and it wasn't Jordan. Jordan's the only one I think that can do that. So maybe you need to go talk to him, make sure that that wasn't, it wasn't something that happened by accident. I accidentally blocked one of my regulars a couple of days ago for a couple of minutes until I realized right after I did it that I'd done it, but it took me a couple of minutes to figure out how to unblock them. What ends up happening, I've been having problems in the comments lately where people have started posting like links to porn sites, and I automatically delete and block those. Well, it turns out in the YouTube settings, there's an option to prevent people from posting web addresses, and so I activated that. And unfortunately, that snares up some real comments sometimes too, because what they do is, as far as YouTube is concerned, a web address is anything that's a word, a period, and then another word without a space in between them. Well, sometimes when people, especially if they're typing on their cell phone, they'll end a sentence, put a period, and then start the next sentence without a without putting a space between the period and the next sentence. And YouTube will interpret that to be a web address and block it. So I have to go in every once in a while and check that to make sure that didn't happen. And like I said, there were a whole bunch of these like adult websites that have been put on there. So I was just block, 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 block. And all of a sudden one of them popped in that was one of my regulars. And it's like, oh, wait, no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, who was it? Okay, I remember the name. I know I could undo this. Where do I go? And I started digging through the settings and I found him. So I doubt they even knew they were blocked, but thanks, Robin. Yeah. Most of you learned of me through Jordan, and Jordan's been one of my biggest supporters. So yeah. Jordan has no tolerance at all for trolls. I sometimes will leave them on and play with them for a little while, or if they're just like marginal. There was one who popped in here periodically and kind of made negative comments from time to time. I kind of tolerated it for a while because every once in a while she'd say something nice, but You know, it just got to the point where I ultimately just got rid of them. Yeah, I've heard Jordan say that he's thinking about moving from California. He's been talking about that off and on for a while. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's another thing Jordan has no tolerance for. If you post the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, he'll block you. I mean, I think in some cases, people there's so many people that go on his live streams that people feel they need to post the same thing over and over again to get them to notice it. But unfortunately, you tend to get the wrong kind of notice if you do that with him. Yeah, I definitely like to play with my food before I eat it. No, I don't blame him either. He's got way, way, way more subscribers and way more people that go into his live streams than I do. And so I don't believe that there are that certain groups of people are more idiots than others. I just think that the more people you get together, the more likely you are to run into one. There's a certain percentage of people in this world who are idiots, and fortunately, there aren't very many here, and so I don't have to deal with trolls that often, so I haven't become as sensitive to it. But when you have a live stream where there's hundreds or thousands of people on it, then that's a different thing, and then you're more likely to run into them. California still on fire? I didn't know that. Yeah, yeah. See, over 1,000 viewers. I rarely get to 100, and I've never been more than like I think 150. That's just I'm small potatoes, but compared to him, and that's fine. I'm going in my direction. He's going in his direction. My channel's growing, so I'm not complaining. You're a fan from the beginning. And you like that I showed you how to fix a garbage disposal. Really, that's the whole point. A lot of people are just intimidated by things like that. They look at it and say, "I couldn't possibly do that," but most of the things around the house are really easy to do. That's part of the reason why I do some of this stuff, to really show you how easy it is. You know, there was somebody that posted, where they were questioning how much that repair would have cost if I hired someone to come in. They were saying 100, $150. That's probably right. I did it on my own, and I'm actually going to make money on it because I'll get advertising revenue from the video. So whatever, easy to do. You replace faucets and sinks and installed flooring. Yeah, I have no problem with the faucets and sinks. I don't know if I'd tackle flooring. That's maybe a little beyond my skill set, but I don't know. I've seen it happen. I watched them install the flooring in my kitchen in the house in California. In fact, I got time lapse video of the whole thing starting from when I tore up the wood floor until the whole process where they installed the uh, the uh, the stone. The snack? No, I didn't. I didn't get any Czech food. Required patience, and that's rare today. Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately. Yeah, yeah, that's my Eraserhead laser disc back there. Somebody was asking about what laser discs were because I used to have a pretty healthy collection of those, and so I brought that out to show. Yeah, I guess I'm sort of a natural born teacher. There's a lot of teachers in my mom's end of the family, so you know that that's always just been a part of what I do. So I think it kind of just naturally comes across. I'm not just making the videos to show you what I'm doing, but I'm trying to teach you what I did. Baseboard with a miter saw is fun. Yeah, I have a miter saw. Not one of the handheld ones though. It's a circular saw. Does Bite meow at night? Yes, he does. And he was meowing this morning, wasn't he? Yes, you were. 6 a.m. this morning, you're going meow, meow, meow. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in at 3 in the afternoon when you're taking a nap and go up to you and go meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long the people that bought my house will stay there. I know kind of the story of it. It wasn't the person who actually bought the house isn't the person who's living in the house. What he did is he bought it for his sister, and she and her family are living there. So, I don't know. He was some sort of a businessman, and yeah, just bought his sister a house. How nice is that, huh? And we're not talking, some little house either. That was a decent sized house. Did I look at water transfer pumps for the top of the pool cover? No, but somebody else suggested a siphon, and I siphoned the water off of it, and that worked pretty well. I had an extra garden hose because the people who lived here before left a garden hose, and it wasn't long enough to go everywhere in the backyard, so I bought a new one. So I just used that and siphoned the hose off. Yeah, my channel is kind of all over the place, but you know what? That's what it is. It's the Breck show, really. It's me. It's what I'm doing in my life, and it's and the things that are interesting to me. It's the same thing with Jordan. Jordan does the things that he loves, and that's what makes his videos interesting. And I hope me doing the things I love make my videos interesting. You guys keep coming back, so I'll keep doing it. Yeah, the old house was nice. I was really sad to leave it, but I love this house too. Man, you ought to see me typing before I edit. It's ridiculous how bad I type. For someone who's as into computers as I am, I'm a horrible typist. Well, yeah, and the real estate prices in California, that was, like I said, what enabled me to buy this house because I held on to that house for a long time. I bought the house in '97 and sold it in 2019. It's 22 years in that house. Built up some equity there. I actually ended up owing the same amount of money that I originally paid for on the house because I refied a couple times, but uh, the value had gone up so much that it was a terrific investment. What are the temps there during the winter? It's been getting into the 30s. We dipped below freezing a couple days earlier this week. I've been around Seattle. I've never actually been in, I don't think, Seattle, the city. Have you thought about building a corner shelf back behind you in that corner by the window? You mean back here? Because I mean, these shelves that are right here, like I said, I could never be a weather person because I can't keep track of that. These shelves here go literally from this wall to the back wall, so there really wouldn't be a room back there for a corner shelf because that shelf right there is right against the wall. So yeah, I don't know what my house, how much my house is appreciated. Hopefully, it's appreciated more than what I put into it. Am I near Houston? No, I'm closer to Dallas. I'm kind of halfway between Austin and Dallas. Are you talking here then? Right in that corner there? I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that corner. I mean, there isn't that much space. There's probably about 12 inches of space between this desk and this wall here. Shelf for the appliances. Actually, I got that roll around cart that is literally on the floor, kind of back here. That I keep the instant pot and the mixer on. But that's on wheels. Robert's back from gallbladder surgery. He had complications. That's no fun. Thanks, ST. Appreciate that. Keeping it up. I'm going to try. Yeah, those shelves were in the kitchen. You're right, and that was kind of left. And then I also requested that they leave the ones in the master bedroom. And I've since learned that those are kind of like IKEA kind of quality, so they're kind of low quality. I've been thinking that at some point I'm going to take those out, bring them out in the garage, and shore them up a little bit because they're made out of particle board and they need some help. Are my kitchen counters short for me? I don't know. I don't. I think there's sort of a common height that kitchen counters are. So if they're short, I don't really notice it. So you use that seating area by the window? No, I actually have the kitchen table kind of right there. Well, yeah, that plumbing issue that was expensive, but it was something that needed to happen. I'll never have to worry about it again. So your property taxes have increased more than the value of your property. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how that happens. How's my mom? My mom's good. We usually have our weekly talk today, so I haven't talked to her since last Sunday, but she seems to be doing her thing. No, no, I'm not going to be able to travel this year. Work will kind of frown on that. So I'm just going to have Christmas with myself this year. All right, Oren, thanks for stopping in. Let's all move to Breck's neighborhood. Yeah, well, it's a nice neighborhood. You really like the shelves in the windows? Yeah, I like those too. I've made good use of them. There's always been like dishes and things like that that I have that I don't use every day, and so those are like perfect for that. I've got like Christmas dishes and stuff like that that I put in there, and some of my appliances too, my food processors, my blender. Those go in there. And it's a nice place that they're easily accessible, but they're out of the way for the most part. So yeah, I'm making good use of those. Any more cool storms? No, not since that one. Sorry about that. But trust me, that I love seeing those storms. So when they come through, I'll show them. I'll video record them because that was one of the reasons I came to. That was one of the reasons I came to Texas because of the weather. Can we live stream a Christmas party at my house? Yeah, maybe we could maybe do that. Watch me, watch me sitting in the chair drinking a beer and you know watching some Christmas movie like Die Hard or something. Yeah, basically, if you're going to go to California, you have to have some place to stay because you're right. A lot of the hotels are closed. Nice. I don't know if I do a Christmas live stream though. I'll probably have to put up the tree. I have an artificial tree in the garage that I've never actually even used. Set it up quickly right before the live stream, then tear it down afterwards so that these guys don't tear it down for me, right? Because you would. Maybe we'll watch this one. That's too much glare now on that. I want you to be able to see what it is. No, no, Beth doesn't come and visit. She's a teacher, and so that gets a little difficult. She might be one that comes and visits in the summer or something like that. I've got the room set up now, so she can come whenever she wants. Yeah, if I put a Christmas tree, I'd have to have the camera up all the time because you'd want to catch the scene where you guys climb up it and then the tree comes down. Remember that picture in the Facebook post with the tree laying on the ground, the cat laying next to it? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, LA used to be a really nice area. Hollywood used to be a really nice area. If Jordan's moving away, that's probably part of it because I watched that place go downhill. It really went downhill. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, I thought that room turned out nice. You guys picked a good color. Yeah, I'll probably get the kitties a Christmas present. I haven't decided what yet. Maybe I'll get you guys a laser to chase. You could use a little exercise, couldn't you? Yeah. Never had a cat. Is it hard to teach the cats not to do something like jumping on things? Yeah, they pretty much do what they want. Fortunately, I built all those shelves in their rooms, so they know that that's where they're allowed to go. And I don't really have a problem with them like getting up on the desk or getting up on the counter in the kitchen. You know, Spite likes this little area because it's nice and warm. It's a nice elevated perch to kind of watch what's going on in the house. And he loves to sit here. The reason this part of the couch is indented here is because Bite has slept there so much that he's compressed it all down, haven't you? In fact, when Jaw was when Jaw would visit when I was in California, or even when it was here, um, Jaw even discovered that spot, and Jaw would take naps there. Cool, damp, rainy, damp, cool here in Cajun country. That sounds like fun. Yeah, I was watching Christmas Story a little bit last night. Yeah, I've got that one out too. That one we'll be watching Christmas Vacation before too long. I'm not a huge Chevy Chase fan, but that's a great movie. Yeah, it's nice and sunny and clear out here today. It's cold. I don't think we're going to get much above low 60s, and it was like 45 last night. Adam Wu stayed at the Christmas Story house. That's cool. How about the movie The House Without a Christmas Tree? That's this house. All my Christmas decorations outside. That's really the only Christmas decoration there is right now in this house. Right, Bite? Somebody just called on the phone. Hang on a second. This is why I usually make it a point to have the phone here, so if it happens, I can do something about it. But hi, you're on the live stream.
Oh, am I really? Oh,
It's my mom. Hi. Say hi to everyone.
is that okay, or should
Yeah, no problem. Unless there's some emergency you got to deal with.
No, not really.
I just promised you next time you called during a live stream, I was going to put you on the air. So
I know you did.
here you
I
are.
know you did.
Here you are.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, everyone's saying hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
I don't like to be locked up in here because of the COVID, but there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do.
Yeah,
So,
well.
we get our food delivered to the door, and they don't bring it in anymore, and
Nice.
we can't go in or out. If we go out anywhere, even to go to the doctor, we have to quarantine for 14 days afterwards. And so it's like I'm going to stay in here. I do have some doctor appointments, but if there's a chance in the world that we can get off for Christmas, I'm going to put all that off until.
Well, see, this is a thing that they don't factor in. They say, "Oh, well, we're trying to save lives." It's like, yeah, how many lives are being, lost because people are not going to the doctor?
Well, that's true.
There's things that you got to do from time to time.
I know.
And
I'm just new up here, so I'm kind of trying to settle in with new ones and everything.
Right.
And it just. it just doesn't work the way it should.
Yeah. So anyone have any questions for my mom while she's here?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Everyone's just saying hi right now.
Hello. Hi, Jack.
Let's see what's all. Okay, Connie's saying all of her medical appointments are virtual now. I don't know how that works though, because how do you check someone's pulse or their heart rate or do their blood pressure virtually?
I've heard of that. That must be for patients who are pretty well set up with their medical person, and because I know a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But I have to have an orthopedic guy check my leg out because that's having problems again.
Yeah. You had a problem with that recently.
Yes, and he has to look at that leg and do X-rays and stuff on it. He can't do that virtually.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have an X-ray app on your phone, right?
No.
Yeah,
no.
So, yeah.
Because I had my doctor down there send all the records up here, but they can't send X-rays and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, right. Well, I suppose they could, but you were talking that it just went in a second, and X-rays would take a little bit longer.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to take his own X-rays up here anyway. So.
Yeah.
And what might have happened 3 years ago might be not the same now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Anyway, I was supposed to go to the dentist on Friday, but I counted the days, and it's pretty close to Christmas. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna take a chance on that.
Yeah, that's too bad that. But I mean, yeah, I guess that's the way they're thinking though. Is you got to quarantine and.
Yeah. The cases up here are just rambling right now. Yeah. Oh, it's just awful.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are out of work. Can't come because they're quarantining or whatever, but they're covering for somebody else that did a lot of stuff. Yeah. And so they're doing stuff that they never did before. And that's hard. It takes a long time, and they're trying the best they can, but oh my gosh, what a mess.
Yeah. Well, this is just the world we're in right now.
I know. We just gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. So how are you doing? You got 3 or 4 days?
Yeah. It was definitely a weird week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got in yes. Well, I've been on one work line all week this week, and then on yesterday they put me on. That line was down, so they put me on another line, and that one wasn't up yet, but it was scheduled to come up during the day, and it never actually did come up until later on, and by that point they'd switched me to another line, and so I only actually worked about half a day yesterday because that line that they ultimately put me on didn't come up until about 1 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
But it's the fastest line there is, so it just once it got going, it's just like boom, 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 popping out parts. So we go. Yeah, I got a full day's worth of work in half a day. It was funny. I got that little Fitbit thing that I wear for counting steps.
Yeah.
And I usually wear that at work. And on a normal day where I work all day long, I'll come home and I'll have 16 or 17,000 steps. Well, first half of the day, I just sat and read procedures. And so I didn't move around a whole lot. And yet, working on that fast line at the end of the day, I had 20,000 steps at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh.
So now I don't think that thing is accurate, but whatever.
Oh, well.
It's accurate in my benefit because the more steps I take, the more points I get. The more points I get, the more cash I get because I can trade in points for Home Depot gift cards and stuff like that. So.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, well, and you're moving around, you're getting exercise, and that's good.
Yeah.
So what do you got planned this week? Anything different?
I think I'm going to do some painting this weekend.
What are you painting?
Well, I haven't started yet, but this is the first day of my weekend, so I'm thinking I'm going to paint the main room.
Okay.
The living room area, but that's going to be multiple. It's going to be over multiple weeks because this is a big, huge room.
It's a big room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. What color are you having a contest for that?
No, this one I'm going to pick on my own. It's going to be that same light blue color that I had in the living room in California.
Okay.
I really like that color, and I didn't think I was able to find it, but it turns out I was looking at my computer a couple weeks ago, and I have a picture of the paint can. So I have the formula, so I can just bring that in and say, make this for me.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of like flashbacks to colors I did in the house because I think I really like that yellow I had in the kitchen in the house too in California, and I want to do that in this kitchen too. I think that'll look nice in here.
Yeah. So, yeah, yellow in a kitchen is really good.
Yeah, and the white ceilings, and it'll be really bright, really airy, and I think it'll be really nice in there. So
yeah, that will be nice in there.
Yeah.
Good.
Especially, when like I said before, one of the few gripes I have about this house, I wish there was more windows so there'd be more natural light. But in the kitchen, that's where there's the most windows in the house. So if I can do something with the paint color to really, help bounce that light around, then that's a good thing. And yellow and white are good colors. So
yes, they are. That'll be good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, and I'm glad you got the time to do it.
Yeah.
That's
one of the great things about the job, having so many days off.
Right. Yeah, that's a really, really good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see if there's any fun questions here. A lot of these are questions that you probably get asked every time, but that's the way it is. It's different people in here every time. So PDXer's asking you what TV shows and books you like to watch and read to pass the time.
I don't know if I dare say this. CNN. I know.
Yeah.
You're not going to like that. And books. Oh, I read Daniel Steele and Nora Roberts, and if I can get a good historical fiction, I'll read that.
Yeah.
They're a little, I don't know, they're a little sparse. People must not be writing them very much.
You'd think that during a lockdown that'd be the perfect time to be writing books.
Yes.
Both in terms of having the time to do it, and in terms of having a market for that.
I know, but historical fiction doesn't seem to be real popular. So, and that's what I really like.
Yeah.
The Holocaust area and the Deep South during the Civil War. I love that kind of stuff. But there's not too much of it around.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. John asks how your new place compares to your old.
I like it here. It's about the same size. It's set up a little differently because the living room is smaller, but the kitchen is bigger.
Okay.
And so I can have like a little dining table and one alcove there. And all of the furniture that I want fits in, so it's fine.
Great. That's great.
And it opens, my apartment opens right to outside, not into a hall.
Right, like the other place.
Like a hotel.
Yeah. That's cool.
So there's people walking by all the time.
That's nice.
So you get a little bit more reality of what's out there. So
very cool.
I like it. The only thing I'm upset this year, I can't get out, and I can't like Brenda can't come up to help me do my outdoor Christmas decorations.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to. It's just we got a long railing. It's little slats, and just a safety thing.
Right.
And I was going to put. In fact, I've got the green Christmas tree garland I was going to wrap around there, and then I was going to put some ribbon too, but can't get anybody. Well, yeah, I can get somebody to do it for $25 an hour.
Yeah, right.
But I think that's kind of, but they can't come up, so I'll just have to get by without that, I think, this year.
Yeah, well, maybe next year.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully we'll be past all this nonsense then.
Yeah, I just hope we'll be done with all this. But I've got a box of Christmas decorations and Christmas trim and paper and all that stuff, paper and ribbon. That's all down in the garage, and I can't. Nobody will go down there and get that for me either. So fine. It'll be. People are going to get presents unwrapped. That's the way it is.
That's the way it happens.
Yeah.
Well,
I can do stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of it.
Yeah.
But Megan, oh gosh, I just said, Megan, just order what you want. I had Sephora and then a jewelry place. I said, order what you want, Megan. Have it sent to me.
Send the bill.
And then I will pay you.
Yeah. Just for the record, everyone, Megan is my niece, my mom's granddaughter, my sister's daughter. Just so everyone knows her.
And she has to pick out everything. She's 19 and she doesn't like you to just pick out something for her.
Well, that's why she's going to get a gift card from me.
Well, and that's a great idea.
Then she can pick out whatever she wants.
Yeah. That's it. But she did give me a couple of ideas, but I tried to do them online, and I don't remember what the thing was for Sephora or this other one. But she put the links in.
Uh-huh.
And she told me how to do that part, and I did it, but I couldn't get the thing to come up. I got the link on, and I got it to that place, but I couldn't find the thing that she was actually wanting. So I just said, Megan, just do it.
Yeah, well, that'll work.
And Brad, this is interesting. Sean wants a pair of work boots with a steel toe.
Okay.
And so that's what he wanted me to get him. I said, Sean, order it. Send it here and send me the bill. I don't know what kind of shoes you want.
Yeah. Well, and he's got to figure that out too.
Yeah, so. He does. Yeah, he does. But that's what, and Brenda and Tom, they're just impossible. So.
Yeah, well, that's how it works.
Yeah. But are you gonna tell Brenda that you would like, part of it could be paying you for your bedroom and stuff decorations?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about that.
Okay.
She'll probably wait until like the last week before Christmas to contact me about that. Well,
she probably will. And you do that too, Greg. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm not one to talk.
No. But yeah. Oh, she was running around. She and Megan were running around Christmas shopping last night, and I thought, I want to go.
Yeah.
It would just be so fun to just run around the stores. Yeah. That's really one thing I'd really love to do this year is just go out sometime in December and just go around and go to the mall. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to buy any Christmas things if you don't want to. Just go around and see the decorations.
Right. I get it.
Yeah. So
you got to do it now before malls go extinct.
Yeah,
because the malls are about to go the way of drive-in movie theaters.
Well, yeah. Now Brenda said she and Megan were out last night or the night before, and she said it was just packed. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but
yeah. Well, hopefully that's a good thing. Because there's like one mall here in Waco, and you walk through it, and it's like really sad.
Oh yeah.
Because when Sears went under, that was one of the anchor stores, and
that would be bad.
So that now fortunately there was another anchor store that was in a smaller one of these anchor stores, and they actually took over the Sears building. So
okay.
So, but I mean, so many of those places, there's never anybody in there. No. It's really sad to look at. Because I remember I used to love to wander around malls too.
Yeah. You almost have to have a Sears or a Penny's or Macy's or something like that to kind of hold it down.
Right. And Sears is gone now, so.
Yeah. No, is Macy's gone too? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen a Macy's here in Waco, so.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, but I just want to get out. I want to go to Costco. I just want to, you know, the simple things, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I know that's really bad because it's got to be especially hard on you because, you know, at least in my case, I get to go to work. I can go out
right.
You know, I can go out and, you know, go visit, go walk in the woods if I want to. I can go to the grocery store. You know, can't really go to Costco because Costco is 80 miles away, but
but
there's Walmart.
You know what I mean?
We got other stuff here. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be stir crazy with you. I totally get it.
So very, very simple things, but you can't do it. And one of these days, but like you say,
yeah.
Next year, hopefully we'll be done with this. But Brenda said she thought that up here, the malls are so busy right now because they're afraid it's going to shut down, which is true.
Yeah.
I think most of California is shutting down totally today. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, until after the new year, I heard.
Oh, did they change it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, they're going to shut down immediately and stay shut down until after the new year.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought you first said they're going to wait till after the new year.
Yeah.
That's not very smart.
When I heard your response to that, I thought, oh wait, no, she didn't hear exactly what I meant. Kathy is saying, I'm stuck inside too. Thankfully, one of my kind neighbors has been making videos for me of all the decorations. So, yeah, you know, that's
actually a good idea.
Yeah, I'll be doing that too. I'll be doing some Christmas light videos.
Okay.
And so you'll be able to look at those. I mean, you know, you saw the one I did the other day. And
that one where you went and you drove through all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was really pretty, and that was really fun.
That was like I said, that one just popped up on my Facebook thing for you know, a couple of days earlier. So, I should go vlog that. So.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah. It was definitely worth the trip because I mean, it isn't really that far away. You know, West is only like, you know, 10 or 15 miles from Waco. So, you know, it's just a little bit of a drive down the road, you know, and I mean, you know, I talked to you on the phone on the way back and, you know, basically, you know, you called right about the time, or I guess I called. I don't remember. Did I call you or you called me? I think I called you.
I don't remember.
I think I called you. And I called you right after I got in the car. And basically, you know, we talked for 20, 25 minutes or so. And that got me all the way home. So.
Yeah. No, it was really beautifully done. And and your walk through your neighborhood was just fun too.
Yeah, I didn't get to show that. They didn't get to see that. I talked about that, but I shot a video where I walked around my neighborhood and showed my mom because my mom hasn't been able to visit yet, and so you know, she wanted to kind of see the neighborhood I was in. I figured, okay, I'm going to shoot a video just for her, and that
was very nice. I appreciated that. Yeah, that was nice. And then that Christmas one, that may be the only Christmas lights I see this year. So.
Well, like I said, I'll do some more, you know, walks around some of the neighborhoods here.
Okay.
You know, so you'll see something.
Okay. So did you say that parts of California were locked down today?
I didn't hear when it was starting. Only that it was ending after the New Year's.
Okay. Because I've seen a couple of news things on it, and I thought I heard that they said starting at 12:01 today or something, it was going to be, you know, stores, restaurants, everything.
Yeah.
But it isn't up here yet. It's like the San Joaquin Valley and south of that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I heard that it was only certain parts of the state. But you know.
But it got. I mean, it is really messed up here.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of cases. They've been pretty careful about it. I tested. No, I didn't test positive, but I was exposed. It told me that I was exposed to one of the caregivers who tested positive. So I have to take. You know, I was tested yesterday, and I suppose they'll test me again.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really with him too often. it was just like he'd come in and do something and go out or whatever.
Right.
And then one of the girls too, but you're not spending a whole lot of time with them. So
yeah, and I mean, even if you're there for a minute or two and you're social distancing, you should be fine.
Yeah.
But they're just doing it out of an abundance of caution,
Yeah. I think so. So, but they have to push me around in a wheelchair and stuff. So that was happening, but
they're wearing masks too, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so am I at that.
Yeah. So yeah.
When I'm outside of the apartment, I have to have a mask on.
Yeah.
So in here I don't, but the caregivers, when they come in, they have masks on.
Yeah.
And gloves and the whole business. So.
Well, and they need to be a little bit more careful because their customer base is people who are in the prime age for picking this thing up.
That's exactly right.
So
that's why they're so careful.
Yeah.
So, but there's a number of employees and a number of patients.
Yeah.
That have been exposed. Well, all it takes is one or two, maybe three caregivers.
Yeah.
They're running all over.
Mm-hmm.
So they could. So the contact tracing has been really working here, but at least they're doing it. Whether it's working, I don't know. But once it gets started in a place like this, it just goes nuts.
Yeah, that's it.
So you got to be really careful. But I expect we're going to have full lockdown up here too. So at some point.
Well, like I said, I'm glad Governor Abbott said he's not doing that again.
Oh yeah. That's so. But he's watching it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Texas is so different because it's so more spread out.
That's a big part of it. That's what makes California such an odd situation because people are just compressed in together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know it. Up here it's a little bit less, but I mean we just got it later than the rest of the state. So.
Yeah.
But now the whole state is messed up. So what are your viewers saying about the rules where they are or whatever?
I don't know. What does everyone think? What are the? I saw one of my viewers, Peg2, said that South Australia just lifted their lockdown, but that makes sense because Australia is in the southern hemisphere, so it's summer there.
Right.
The virus is kind of tied to the weather, and when you get into cold weather, it seems to do better. So when you're in Australia, it's the middle of summer right now.
Right. So that's probably a whole different thing down there.
Yeah.
So.
And it says,
England started vaccinating, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, I heard something about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we'll be not far behind them. Oh,
I know. Yeah, they're already getting ready to set up a station here. Right in the residence.
Okay.
They did like that with the flu shots too. They just brought it in, and we all had appointments, like a group of appointments, and then we go down and they put the shot in. So that's what they're going to do here too. I guess CVS Pharmacy is kind of setting it up and delivering the goods, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then they'll have and if they're already setting up for it, it won't be too long.
Yeah. John M. is saying that the governor in Minnesota recently locked it down again, and restaurants are closed.
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
Michigan is under lockdown. Oklahoma is wide open. Let's see. Everyone's starting to answer here. Stephanie said it's really bad there, but I'm not sure where there is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
People. I don't necessarily know where everyone is. So. Yeah. So if they say it's bad here, I don't know where here is.
Yeah. Well, Minnesota they've been terrible, and South Dakota's terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe North too. I don't know, but Paul and Sally have been just. They're scared to death. They're not going out hardly at all.
Yeah, Paul is for everyone.
Okay.
For everyone who's wondering, Paul is my mom's brother, and Sally is his wife. So he's my uncle, and she's my aunt. And they're about my mom's age, so a little younger.
Yeah, they're a little younger.
Right. Tracy says
I got somebody
kind of...
at the door. Just a minute.
Okay. All right.
Hello, Kayla.
All right, I'll put her on mute here for a minute.
I just needed to be pulled up.
So I don't know. Yeah, we'll get back to her here. Okay, she's back now.
So, but Paul John, my brother and sister-in-law, their son is working, of course, out and about. So he brings them all their groceries. They don't go to the grocery store. At Thanksgiving, they didn't have anybody over, but his son and daughter-in-law brought them dessert or something at the end, and they just left it at the door or came in and said, hi, we're leaving dessert or something, and then they left. So it's really hard when families just can't.
Yeah.
It's just it's a tough situation all the way around. But it is what it is, and we have to deal with it and get it finished.
Okay, so Stephanie's saying South Dakota is bad, and she's in South Dakota and North Dakota, and it's bad there and in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa.
Okay.
So that whole area.
I think I told you. I don't know if you remember my cousin Dwayne in Georgia, in Iowa.
No, I don't remember that, okay. But that doesn't surprise me. My mom's got like thousands of cousins.
I do. They're all over. But they live in Sheldon, Iowa, and they're like in their late 80s or 90s. I'm not sure just which.
Right.
But they both got it. Thank you, Kayla. They both got it, and they didn't have any issues with it at all. I mean, they just felt extremely tired and just no energy at all.
Well, and it seems to affect different people differently.
Right.
And I think a lot of times if you realize you have it and start treating it, you'll do better.
Yeah. But they were in the prime.
Yeah.
And the family was really worried about that.
But even there, Black Dot is saying, even there, you got a 98, 99% chance of surviving if you get it.
Right.
So, he's right, or they're right. I don't even, most people survive this thing. So, it's just, I think there's been a lot of overreaction in the way we deal with it.
It's scary when it's because some people have really had some awful results.
Yeah.
But a good friend of Brenda's, in fact, she's the mayor of Folsom.
Oh, okay.
Got it, and she was really sick. She was in ICU for 5 days.
Yeah.
But she they gave her the Remdesivir or whatever it is, and she was on oxygen one day. They gave her that, and she was up brushing her teeth the next day.
Wow.
So that stuff must be pretty darn good in some cases.
Yeah.
But Brenda had to be tested too because her son had come for her to tutor him, and because his mom had it, he tested positive too. So then she had to be tested for all that stuff. But she's okay.
Well, and I told you that my boss had it.
Yes.
And so he was out for a few weeks, and everything went on high alert at that point. The company just, but they're still taking everybody's temperature when you come in. We all have to wear masks at work, and I don't know, it's getting old. I'm just afraid that we're going to get to the
very old.
I'm afraid we're going to get to the point where when it's all over, they're just going to say, it's probably just a good idea to keep wearing the masks, and I don't want to do that.
Well, they're actually saying that after the vaccine is out and we start to be vaccinated, that it's a good idea to still wear them because there's plenty of people who haven't had it yet. So, or haven't got the vaccine. So we're going to have to be careful for a while, but that's.
Yeah. Well, I hope there's an end. I hope there's an end to it and it just doesn't go on and on forever because,
yes. Oh, yeah, it's getting real old. You're right.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people, they just think, heck, I'm done with this. I'm just going to go and go to my Christmas party and be done.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will let you guys go on with your conversation, and I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch it later. Okay. Well, I'll call you back. We're coming to the end anyway. I usually go for 2 hours. We've been going for an hour 56, so we're gonna wind this down in a few. We're gonna wind this down in a few minutes anyway. So if you want, I'll call you back, and then we can talk about whatever you want to call about.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine. I'm embarrassed to tell you I haven't had breakfast yet, but that's okay.
That's okay. It's only 11 o'clock there. It isn't that bad. You know how many times I get up on one of my off days and start working and forget to eat breakfast, and all of a sudden look at the clock. It's 5 o'clock. It's time for dinner.
Yeah.
And I still haven't had breakfast. Yeah, that's nothing normal. Well, that's nothing abnormal.
You get involved in stuff, and then it's just So I got 3 packages here too. Amazon. It just seems like they must. I don't know. They must work 7 days a week, and plus a couple others probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, I will let you go and finish up. And when you have a chance, give me a call.
You got it. I'll talk to you in a few.
All righty. Take care.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, that was unexpected, but whatever. All right, we're back now. You said, well, we're only going to do this for a few more minutes, but I promised her next time she called during a live stream, I was going to put her on the air. I told her that to her face. So she's been trying to avoid it lately because she now calls me later in the afternoon on Sundays. And but I guess she forgot this time. Tell her next is video chat. Well, that's kind of the funny thing too, because the first time we ever did this, she had no idea what I was asking. She knew my dad had done one of these things, and I asked if she'd come on and do a live stream with me, and she says, "Yeah, but I want to wait until I can get my hair done." It's like, Mom, it's a telephone call. Nobody's gonna see you. But yeah, I'm glad she called in. You guys kind of enjoy hearing her, so, and she likes doing these, so. Hi MJ, yeah, we're just about to wrap this up anyway, so glad you popped in for a little bit. We're all just kind of doing our thing here. Just got off the phone with my mom. My mom, I've threatened multiple times that if she called during a live stream that I was going to put her on the air. Well, today we did. So that's the way it happens. And there's Bite's butt. Hey, old junior boy, not much, just doing my thing, doing my live stream, figuring out what I'm going to do for a video this week. Gotta start doing those now here. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start painting this room here. I'm going to probably paint this wall, and this part of the ceiling. Because this is a big, huge room, so it's going to take a couple weeks to do this whole thing. Yeah, that's right. It's called a butt shot. There it is, and there's the butt right there. Yeah, I have fun getting on the phone with my mom on the live streams. They're fun. friend painted his living room walls different colors. I used to do that in the house in California. Yeah, I actually wish I had pictures of it. There was one of the rooms, the guest bedroom upstairs. I actually had this spiral pattern on the ceiling where it was two different colors that like spiraled into the center, which was really kind of fun. Yeah, my mom is great. She's getting real stir crazy. I don't blame her. She's been on lockdown basically since this whole thing started. Basically since my dad died, because the day of the funeral they were talking about locking down the place, and basically I actually ended up coming home a day early from my dad's funeral because I didn't want to get stuck there. And basically the day after I left, they locked the place down, and she's been locked in her apartment ever since. And my mom is one of those that likes to get out at least sometimes. I mean, sometimes she'll just kind of sit around the house and watch TV and read books and stuff like that. But she does like to get out for a little occasionally, and she's been locked in for about 8 months now. So I don't blame her for being stir crazy. I would have run amok long before if that was me. Anyway, we've hit our 2-hour mark, so I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I got to shoot a video today. So thanks everyone for watching. My new video will be up in about 7 hours. So maybe I succeed in video and recording one. And we'll go from there. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Good night.